Hey guys, Dustin here. Welcome to another episode of Horroritis. So since Christmas is coming up at the end of this week, I thought now would be a perfect time to do another holiday themed list video. I swear I'm almost done with these holiday themed videos and we'll be back to the regular 12 mofo ho probably sometime next month. So look forward to that. So this one obviously is going to be movies I like to watch around Christmas time. So let's get right into it. First on the list is Gremlins from 1984. A boy receives a mysterious animal as a gift with the stipulation that he follow 3 rules for caring for it. When he breaks those rules, the animal spawns a horde of mischievous monsters. This movie, more or less, is good for all ages and still maintains a decent level of horror. It's one of those rare PG-13 horrors that really is good. Since the movie was made in 1984, all of the effects are physical, practical effects. So that means all of the gore, all of the gremlins, the mogwai, the whole deal, all for real. And it mixes the gore with the comedy and rounds out to be a really decent movie. Next movie is Black Christmas from 1974. A sorority house is terrorized by a maniac intent on killing the sorority sisters one by one. Now this movie more or less is what it sounds like. It's a slasher flick, but it's a Christmas themed slasher flick. Like everything else on this list, they're all Christmas themed in some way or another. This one's about a sorority house where the girls inside are getting ominous phone calls and they die off one by one and nobody knows who the killer is, although there's multiple suspects, and the ending turns out to be a bit of a twist. It's actually pretty decent for a slasher flick, a Christmas themed slasher flick even, and it has Margot Kidder. I think this is before she went crazy. Yeah, I think so. On a side note, there was a 2000s remake of this movie. Also good, but the backstory of the killer is much creepier and incestuous, I think, and it kind of threw the whole thing off for me. So watch that one if you want, but definitely watch this one. Next up is P2 from 2007. A woman gets locked in a parking garage after work on Christmas Eve and spends the night running from a psycho. This one doesn't expressly deal with Christmas, but it does take place on Christmas Eve. This one is a girl who gets locked in a parking garage and is basically chased around all night long by a guy who's trying to kill her. She's got to try to escape or fight for her life or just survive till the morning, and it is definitely worth watching. I enjoyed this very much. It's a good thriller, and the girl in it doesn't make those dumb horror movie decisions. She makes smart choices, and even though they don't always work out, it does make us cheer for her a little bit more than if she was just your standard dumb horror movie blonde. Next up is another movie from 1984 called Silent Night, Deadly Night. After seeing his parents murdered by a thief in a Santa suit, a teenager goes on a killing spree after being forced to wear a Santa suit at work. I feel like no Christmas horror list is complete without this movie. I mean, sure, we've seen killers in Santa suits a million times, but I'm pretty sure this one started it off, or at least is pretty close to the beginning. And this is about a troubled boy. He saw his parents murdered by a guy dressed in a Santa suit when he was a kid. He goes and lives in an orphanage where the head lady is really mean and she beats him, and he grows up later. He still has kind of mental issues, but he's good to go for the most part. And he gets a job at a store, and they force him to dress up as Santa in the store, and he just breaks and starts killing people. It's not a complicated plot, and it's really entertaining to watch. So if you like serial killers in Santa suits, this is the way to go. Last up on the list is 1993's The Nightmare Before Christmas. Don't judge me. When the king of Halloween Town discovers a place called Christmas Town, he decides to become Santa and try his own brand of Christmas. So this one isn't strictly a horror movie. In fact, it's a kids movie. It's a family movie. It's a cartoon. But it deals heavily with Christmas and Halloween, which are like my 2 favorite times a year. So you smash those together into a movie, preferably one made by Tim Burton, with Danny Elfman, and boom, you have gold, at least as far as I'm concerned. This one, if you haven't seen it, where the hell have you been since 1993? Honestly, this is a movie I think everybody should watch, and everybody can watch it. It's suitable for all ages, and it has both your creepy Halloween and your creepy Christmas, because let's face it, in this movie, everything's creepy, because the king of Halloween takes over Christmas. How awesome is that? So that's it. That's my list for movies I like to watch around Christmas. And I'm giving it to you almost a week before Christmas because, well, Christmas is coming up and I'm not entirely sure that you're going to get a full Horroritis video after Christmas. So, I mean, I'm sure there will be something, but I don't know if it's going to be a full review. It might be a quick review. It might just be me popping in saying, Happy Holidays. Who knows? But there will be something, I'm sure. So if you disagree with this list, or you think I missed something, or you have a better list, let me know in the comments below. Also, if you like this video, you can hit that like button, share it around to your friends. Remember to subscribe to me if you're not already. You can hit me below in the comments if you want to get a hold of me personally, or you can get me on Facebook and Twitter, both at The Horroritis. Now, as always, if you love this channel like I love this channel, and you want to help it grow, please consider going to patreon.com/horroritis and leaving a donation. You can donate anything from $1 on up for as long as you want, and everything we get from there goes directly back into the channel to improve production and equipment and quality, and maybe give us some giveaways and extra features here and there and all that cool stuff. It would really mean a lot, and even if you don't donate, that's totally fine. So until next time, this was Horroritis. I'm Dustin. Thanks for watching.